Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Kez here. So today we're going to be talking about PLL Season 5, Episode 25, Welcome to the Dollhouse, aka the Big A Reveal, aka the spring finale of Pretty Little Liars Season 5. So, it was a Big A reveal and we found out who A is. A is Charles. But who is Charles? Charles is A, and who else is Charles? I'm as dumbfounded as the next person. And it's funny because last night I wasn't watching it. My friend texted me like, who's Charles? I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And then of course I went on Twitter by accident. You know, Twitter is goes crazy when PLL is on, so spoilers the galore was on Twitter. And Charles is A, guys. I watched the episode pretty much twice. Like, I fast forwarded through the parts I didn't want to see again the second time around. But Charles is A. I just want to start off with like my theories for who Charles is. This is like really like, I don't really know. I'm confused. I feel like, you know what? Good job to the writers though, because everybody had their theories on who A is, and, you know, we're supposed to know who A is already. We met A already in the beginning, and it's like nobody could have called this. Like, absolutely no one could have called A being Charles, because no one knew who Charles was. You understand? Like, they did a good job with that, so they pretty much threw everybody off. So anyone who ever had an A theory is probably like, darn, I was wrong, and couldn't be right because it's Charles, and we never heard the name Charles before. I've seen some people saying, oh, it's Cece. I'm like, that looks like a guy. And Charles seemed a little tall. And, you know, when Spencer went into that room that had the little projecting machine thingamajiggy, and then she played the whole movie back. And, it was Mrs. De Laurentiis holding a baby and telling these two boys, you want to give your sister a kiss. Now, we all know that, okay, the girl could be two people, in my opinion. It could be Bethany or Allie, and the boys could be Jason and Charles. There were some childhood pictures of Charles, nothing of Charles growing up. Now, I don't know why in the back of my mind maybe Andrew is Charles, because they made a note of showing Andrew listening in on Mrs. Hastings' phone call. Like, why was he doing that? What is his purpose? Because he is anti-Mona. Mona is not dead. Mona is locked up with the girls. It kind of felt like a dystopian novel, like, or dystopian movie, whatever. Like, it gave me the feel of The Giver, Divergent, even Hunger Games, because of how the girls were all locked up, and, you know, they had the little announcement speaker and all of that. Anyway, back to the beginning. So, the four girls, Spencer, Aria, Hannah, and Emily, were being transported to their new prison, and all of a sudden, you know, the girls were like, oh, we're gonna stick together no matter what, I'll have you guys in my hearts, because they're gonna be separated because they were going to jail because they were arrested for being accessories to Allie's murder of Mona, who we now know is alive. So, so then the car kind of crashes pretty much, and then somebody opens the door. It's A standing there, puts on some mask, not mask, what is that? Sleeping gas, something like that. So then the girls wake up in what seems to be I think that was all like their own childhood rooms, or their own rooms, like a replica of their rooms. And they're all confused. They see the camera. They're like, Hannah was like, Mom, Mom. Emily was like, hello. She was calling the girls' names. Spencer was like dumbfounded. And then all of a sudden they heard of the announcement speaker, welcome, bienvenidos, or whatever else. And oh, no, Guten Morgen, I believe. I'm not sure how to say it in German. Anyway, so then they all go out to the hallway, and they see that they're still with each other. Now, see, that trailer last week made it seem like every girl ended up in a different prison. But it was that they were all kidnapped. And it only seemed like Spencer was kidnapped because only Spencer's parents knew that the girls were actually missing, because I guess because they're lawyers. So the girls are led to a room. They have to follow the lights on the side of the hallway. And there's a girl with a blonde wig on, a yellow shirt, looking just like Allie when she was buried alive, just like Bethany the day she died, playing the piano. Allie used to play the piano. The girl is blonde. She has on a mask. It's that same creepy Allie mask that we've seen for a while now, because A was obsessed with masks for whatever reason. Still is, by the way. Then the girl takes off her mask. It's Mona! Oh my goodness. What flipping confusion. I can't even deal. So Mona is alive and well. That's good though, kind of, I guess, at this point. She's alive and well. She's blonde now. And she's saying that she's Allison De Laurentiis. Girls are like, what the heck are you talking about? Mona, you're alive. She said, don't call me that. It hasn't been that long. I'm Allie. It's like, no, you're definitely Mona, but you're blonde. Like, you can't fool us. But Mona, it seemed like Mona like had a, what is that thing called? Lost her mind or something and took on the personality of Allison, pretty much. So then Mona's like, oh, we have to play a game. And then they see like they're opening to find out who their date is. The thing was called Mystery Date. And when Arya opens up the door, she sees Ezra. When Hannah opens up the door, she sees Caleb. And Hannah goes ham. Well, Arya's first is like, no, I don't want to play this. This is from the ice ball. I don't want to play this. And then Hannah's like, nope, I'm not doing this. So she goes up to the camera, is like, oh, if you want to mess with us, you can, but if you dare bring Caleb here, I will kill you. Like, okay, Hannah, calm down. So basically, the A wants them to reenact a prom, pretty much. I don't know. Was he gonna bring Caleb and them there? Who knows? And then she kept telling Mona, you're Mona, you're not Allison. And then the guy puts on the sirens that are so loud that it like hurts the girls' ears, so they have to run back to their rooms in order to stop the sirens. Then the girls just go to sleep, I believe, that night. And Spencer, she went back to the calculating Spencer. She figured out, like, 'cause she saw the little blocks. What are those things called? Letter blocks, I guess. And she used all the letters and, like, pretty much scrambled them to see what those letters meant. And it was Charles. Because when she came to the room the first time, she picked up the C, I believe. She was like, this is weird. So then she figured out that the name is Charles. Okay, so it has a name. A is Charles. So what else happens? Oh, meanwhile, Spencer's parents are trying to figure out, because Toby tells them that the girls are actually missing. So they're trying to figure out, like, where the heck Spencer is. Because it's like, we know they're not that elaborate. They're not that, smart. And, they don't have that many assets or whatever to skip jail. You know what I mean? They're still teenagers. I don't know why Tanner thought that that's what they did. She's real crazy. So they went to Allison. They wanted to figure out, they think it's Allison. Spencer's mom, though, was the only one who was on the right track. She was like, no, this seems like Mona. This seems like something Mona would do. It feels like Mona's alive. And it's like, she was alive. Is she a part of it? Who knows? Because the girls can't really know if Mona is definitely, a prisoner of A as they are, because she was there first. She was there for a while. A dyed her hair. She's over here acting like she's Allison, and she's doing a great job at it. So who knows? And she's the one who led them to the escape in the end that, well, we'll talk about that in a sec. So yeah, they were trying to figure it out. They went to Allie. Allie's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where they are. I thought you know where they are, because clearly she's in jail. So she doesn't have any resources to get to them. Then she finally tells Spencer's parents about A. And they're like, how could this person still be doing this? She's like, even after Mona died, even after Mona went to Radley, someone was still doing it. Meanwhile, while Mona was in Radley, she was doing stuff with A. But that's besides the point, because she left Radley, came back to Radley, all that. Even after she died, A was still doing texts, and they were like, why didn't you say anything? Again, it's like there was never any proof. But still, if you said something, it would have been easier to prove Tanner wrong when evidence did come up. You know what I'm saying? She's like, Hannah tried, but A took away all the evidence. Da, 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 da. Hannah tried. You never tried. Why? So they pretty much realize that A is still around. A is the person responsible, so they have to figure out who's A. They go to Toby's little lair where Caleb is and Ezra is, you know, trying to figure all this out. What else happens? So Caleb was trying to track the security camera where the van that the girls were being escorted to prison in got stopped. When he's looking through security camera, A puts in a little cartoon. I forgot what that cartoon is. It reminds me something from Looney Tunes or something back in the day. It's an old one. So pretty much A already covered his tracks, and like you weren't gonna see my face that easily if you were trying to see my face. So then what happens? Oh, what's his face? Toby brings like the evidence that he did find with Caleb to Tanner, and Tanner's like, that's funny that Caleb would find all this. You know, my experts did something the same, like pretty much did the same thing this morning. Then she makes a call to get an APB for Caleb, and APB is when you know, it's like, it's not a hit, but it's like what the police do to find a person. And then Toby's like, what the heck are you doing? Like, he would not do this. But she's so bent on saying that Caleb would be the one to know where his girlfriend is. It's like, why would Hannah go through all this? It's like, there are better ways to avoid jail, like, or, you know, deal with your innocence or whatever the case may be. So, what else happened? Oh, so yeah, Tanner puts out an APB on him, so then technically Toby does know where he is. Toby told her he doesn't know, though, and so he's harboring a fugitive. Spencer's parents come where Toby's lair is, and they're trying to help them all together. So then everybody, they basically all acknowledge that this is AA is doing this, and they need to figure out what's going on. No more secrets, yada yada yada. I noticed that Mrs. Hastings and Mr. Hastings are back together now, or something like that. Maybe just because of Spencer, but whatever. And when Mrs. Hastings makes a call to, Melissa calls Mrs. Hastings. What's his face? Andrew is listening into the call, and it's like, and he has his little math homework, like if you guys saw on the screen, it's like he has the Bluetooth, whatever the heck he has tracking the calls, and then he has like math homework behind that. It's like, that's all you do all day? Like, track people? Why are you still tracking them? Why does this matter to you? Is it because you're trying to find Arya, or is it because you're working for A? Who knows? That was the only thing they showed of Andrew that episode. In the episode. So back in the dollhouse, the girls they figured out a way to get a chance to escape, and basically they put on a little show for A. They're like, oh, well, first Spencer introduces the idea of getting certain supplies to make the prom, because he wants them to have a prom. What I did notice was the prom that he wanted to have was the prom where Melissa and Ian were in. So the girls, what were they? Either they were freshmen or in junior high school. I guess everybody goes to prom every year. I don't know. So Melissa, that means that the NAT club and everything is back in action. All those people were in school at that point. Because Jason, Melissa, Ian, they all went to school around the same time. Garrett, too. So the fact that he wanted to go back to that prom shows that there's significance there. I don't know if the girls put that together yet. Hopefully they do next season. And I'm wondering if Jason had a twin, or I don't know, something's going on there with that prom, that you would want to make that prom all over again. But why is Allison the star of the prom is my only question. It's a little weird and confusing. So anyway, Spencer's like, oh yeah, we need decorations. The decorations that she's talking about is going to help them make the lights go out and give them time to run away. So, whatchamacallit. So she basically introduces all the things. Mona catches on really quickly because they're both the smart ones. And then later on they stage a little fight between Spencer and Emily, like to distract A so that Mona can put the ingredients behind the ballots. My sister came in when I was watching, and she was like, why would they even need ballots? Like, what is A's purpose in life? Like, why would they need ballots? Like, for who? Like, it's those 5 girls and A. Like, what? Anyway, So yeah, like they have their plan in action. They know what they're doing. And what else happens? Oh, so Caleb has to go into to the police station because, you know, the APB is out on him. And so Mr. and Mrs. Hastings end up representing him. And he basically tells Tanner, like, the reason why I could find out quicker where the van is than you guys can, pretty much. He almost incriminated himself. But then, of course, having the Hastings there, you know, they twisted it around so it didn't sound like incrimination. So he ends up helping them locate the van. That's really sad that an 18-year-old guy had to help out the police department because they're so incompetent in Rosewood. So back with the girls in the dollhouse, A gets them all dresses for prom. They get all pretty. I really liked Hannah's dress. Her whole outfit looked really nice. They all got dressed up like what is this? She's all that. Like they played Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, though. That was cool. And then there's a bunch of dolls, a bunch of dressed up dolls. My question is, how does A have the time for all this? He dressed up all those dolls with masks and all that. Like, he got the dresses for each girl, had their measurements. Like, what? You had time for all this? Anyway, because it's supposedly one person. I don't know if it is more than one or what, but it's supposedly one person. So the song is playing, the lights are going. It felt like a throwback prom for real. And so all the girls are there except for Mona. Mona has to make the grand entrance because Mona is Allison. So she has to make the grand entrance down the staircase. And they make this little speech to Charles. Like, I wonder why Spencer decided to call him Charles and not A. That was a little weird and interesting. And they're like, Charles, this is for you. It's your prom, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was really weird. So they all meet Mona basically by the steps. And then when he decided, Charles was like lurking for a while, actually, when they were listening to the music. They were trying to see if he was there. But he was just lurking, and you wouldn't be able to tell because he has like it seems like he has on a wig, a black like ski mask something, and then a mask, like a masquerade mask. So there's no way of knowing who Charles is. It can be a girl. You can't like say that it isn't, but to me it doesn't seem like a girl. It seems like Charles is Charles, unless he's not. Who knows? So yeah, he comes out, and then Arya was in charge of pressing the little detonator that was gonna make the mini explosion and then cut out all the electricity. So she does that. The girls run, run, run. Cut to the police searching for the girls because now Tanner finally believes it's a hostage situation after how long. Toby finds a little basement area. What they do notice, Spencer's parents come along and they notice that where the truck stop was where they used to take the girls apple picking when they were children. Interesting. And then Toby finds the little basement area. I forget what you call that, like the hurricane shelter type thing. They, him and Tanner go down. Tanner is like, they figure out that that's A's lair. And, you know, Toby has seen A's lair before, so, when it was Mona, I guess. So, he knows what A's lair is supposed to look like. So, Tanner finally gets to look at the tapes. I was so happy in this moment because Tanner, she really just twists literally everything that Caleb, Ezra, anyone said. Toby said, you know, it was always like, they probably did it. Da, da, da. It's like, how good do you think these teenagers are? Yes, Caleb is a hacker, but like all these girls, you think they're that good with all this like murdering somebody, covering up the evidence, da da da. Like, no, just stop. So she finally gets to see like the girls were in their jumpsuits still from jail. She saw that Mona was alive. She saw that, you know, Hannah ended up talking to the camera, saying whoever you are, blah, 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 blah. You know, if you touch Caleb, blah, blah, blah. She heard all of that, so she saw all of that. So there's the evidence. I hope they take the evidence so that they have it, you know. But the cops saw that everything so she could testify or whatever the case may be. So at least that happened. So something happened where maybe, just maybe, the cops will no longer be incompetent because they now have the proof that the girls were not lying, that they were actually hostages, and they have no idea where the girls are, but they know that. And it's weird. Maybe like, the girls are not right there, that's a little weird because A does come. You know, he's the one who puts down the masks. Oh, he put a gas mask in Mona's chamber. I forgot to mention that. In Mona's room, because she was with Allison and he was telling her put it on. So I guess at some point he was planning to gas all the girls out. I don't know. So yeah, so the girls are running. They finally, Spencer goes into a room. That didn't make sense to me, though. How come Spencer went into a room by herself where she saw the movie of Mrs. De Laurentiis holding a baby girl and telling 2 boys, do you want to kiss your sister goodbye or something like that. And the 2 boys do kiss her. So she saw that. Spencer did see that. Charles comes up and she's like, Charles, and it's like he doesn't hurt her, he doesn't strangle her. It's interesting. I wonder what is his purpose in life. Then Mona comes in, Spencer, which is interesting. So Charles has time to walk away. He doesn't hit her, nothing. You know, A has been violent in the past. A has knocked people out. So I wonder why Charles just chose to stare at her. You know, it was weird. And then Mona comes in, giving Charles a reason to leave. So then Mona says something really weird and interesting. She's like, it's crazy. I didn't expect A to be like this. A has a soul. A soul? Why? Why do you think A has a soul? Why is A keeping you locked up? What gives A a soul for A to do whatever the heck A is doing? Like, that doesn't make... Why did I want to say that? I was confused as to why she said that. I wondered, does she have something to do with all this? Is she really innocent? I don't know, because at first when you see Mona acting like Allie, I'm thinking like this was her real fantasy, like she just wanted to be Allie. So now she's blonde, she has on the yellow, so she gets to act like Allie. I thought that was what was happening. But then she said that A was making her do that because A wanted her to be Allie. But what if A is her and she wanted to be Allie? But then Charles is A, whoever the heck Charles is, once again. So then the girls finally get to run out of the exit. And it's a fence. They start playing that song, give me land, lots of land. Don't fence me in. And lo and behold, there's a big fence there, so they can't get out because the fence is electrocuted. Or it has electric, would electrocute them, that's what I'm trying to say. The fence would electrocute them if they touched it. So they're pretty much stuck. And then there was an aerial view of, where the girls were, middle of nowhere. It's like their little fence and then trees, not a light, nothing in sight. So I wonder what's gonna happen next season. It was crazy. It was good. I give it to the writers because no one can say that they guessed that Charles was A. No one has said that. So anyone's theory was wrong, pretty much. Like, anybody, no matter how good you are at remembering everything that happens in PLL, your theory is wrong because you could have never guessed that Charles was A because we didn't know who Charles was. Even though we're supposed to know who A was, like, we're supposed to have met A before, so maybe Charles is somebody that we don't remember. Supposedly he's blonde, and the only person I could think of is Andrew. And we were supposed to watch the 5 last episodes to understand this episode. So I'm wondering if it is Andrew because they reintroduced Andrew pretty late. And they just show him listening to Mrs. Hastings' call from Melissa. I don't know, guys. I'm as confused as you. Please leave your theories down below. Let me know what you think of this episode. Who do you think Charles is? I do think he has something to do with Allison. Maybe he's another brother. Maybe he's her twin. No, maybe he's Jason's twin. Maybe he's Andrew. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just like mind blown. I don't know what to say. A lot of people are like, what? All the tweets, all the Instagram posts were just like so confused. But it was good. It was a good episode. It was pretty crazy. It left me on edge. It makes me want to watch again, of course. In 2 months, just about the season premiere of season 6 is going to happen. So I kind of like how they did this, even though I still feel like we are clueless. I feel like it was cool because they brought some new stuff in there. it's Charles. They made it feel like a little dystopian, you know, dystopian type of presence, because like I said before, the loudspeaker and everybody's in a different room and they're already in their jumpsuits. It was really weird. They made them do random tasks. So it was interesting. It was very interesting. So the girls are still gonna be in the dollhouse, supposedly. At least we think they will be by the time the summer finale happens. It was crazy, but I'm definitely satisfied, even though we don't know. We know who A is now. Like, it took all that time to know who A is, and we still don't know who A is. That was clever. That was clever. So yeah, let me know down below what you thought of this episode. Who do you think Charles is? Do you agree with me, or do you have another theory? I might just watch the last 5 episodes again, just to get some understanding on what the heck is going on, because it is so confusing to me. So yeah, this is gonna be the last PLL video of season 5. I don't know if I'm gonna do a every episode recap like I've been doing for season 4 and 5, season 4B and 5. I might do like the season premiere and whatever sticks out to me. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about this for like since the beginning of season 5B, honestly, but then I ended up doing all the episodes anyway, so we'll see, depending on how I feel, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below. Let me know your theories and stuff. I love to hear different people's perspective on the show. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, definitely subscribe and stay tuned for future videos. And you can check out my PLL playlist, because I should have put the card in here somewhere. I think I'm going to put the card in there so you guys can just check out that PLL playlist, because you can look back on all the episodes and maybe get a highlight reel of what happened in the episodes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!